Hi everybody, it's PJ and today we are doing an unboxing and it's one of my favorite ones, honestly. This is the Sabbat box and I love these things to death. I just think they're so amazing, and it's so hard to find people like yourself in life when you're a little oddball. And I know I shouldn't feel that way, but I've always felt different than the mainstream. I always spoke to ghosts and spirits and did crazy stuff since I was a kid. My sister's the same way. Like, I think we're just strange. But my mom is too. Even though my mom will tell you she doesn't believe in ghosts and she doesn't believe in spirits, she has successfully talked to spirits. She has, she thinks she was contacted by aliens. And then you say, well, is there such thing? Oh, no, there's no such thing. I don't know. She's dichotomy because it's not the mainstream of what she thinks like is right. But anyway, regardless of all that, when you find a group that is like you, it's so empowering to know you're not alone in this stuff. So this is one of those groups. This Sabbat box is Christmas. Every once in a while I get a box in the mail and it is literally Christmas. Just so you know, if you have to go through like this experience, and when you find other people that did the same thing, that searched for the same truth you search for, it's really, really important. And so anyway, I'm happy. This is like my Christmas. I got my Sabbat box. Yay! Okay, so let's go through it. I kind of cheated this time. I looked. I peeked, Mom. I'm sorry. I know it's Christmas. Well, actually, it was Hanukkah in my house. But you know what I mean. This Sabbat box is all about Lunasa. Is that how you say it? Let me say it right, because honestly, I'm not familiar. Lunasa is what it says on all of the packaging. But basically, it's Lammas. And Lammas is a lot about bread and wheat and grain. Like the bringing in of the grain and families feeling full, and your village of people way back in the day getting their bounty. Okay, so it's the first of 3 harvests that bring you bounty, that bring you the goods of your work. And we are like so different now that we go to a store and buy bread. But have you ever baked a loaf of bread where you have to knead it and knead it and knead it? Like the power it takes, the time and love that goes into this one loaf of bread is unbelievable. Just like I've done it before, and it's a day's process. It's not even like one day because you have to let it rise and then knead it again. It is insane what we take so for granted, just picking up a loaf of bread at the store. And the difference, well, the difference in taste is unbelievable, but also the difference in the love you put in it is really different. And back in the day, back in the times before cell phones and videos and every other thing, that's what they did. I mean, that's what they did. And they thanked the earth all the time. They were grateful for what the earth gave them. And that's basically what like harvest festivals and Apple Fest, Peach Fest, these are all festivals of thanking and rejoicing in what the earth gives you. That's what this is about. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this, So the first thing we're going to talk about are these. First thing that I saw opening this box was these 3 wheat tops. These are the little wheat tops. This is what they would take the little stuff in there to grind bread. And I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with these, but they are so cool and interesting. I just love them. Aren't they neat? When I first opened it, one popped out at me. I thought it was damn alive. I thought it was a bug or something. It was just like, I was like, ah! I know, silly. But anyway, I think these are cool, and I'm sure there's some magical thing I can do with them. I will investigate and find out. The second thing that came to me was this. This is Lammas Cinnamon Apple Scones Mix. This is adorable too. This would be a great gift. It says Sabbat Box right on it, and it says add a little magic to your kitchen in red. It has the red and white checks and then the little bow. I just think it's so cute. Oh my goodness. It looks so cute. But the cutest thing that goes with it is a baby whisk. Oh, hey, yo. Little baby whisk. Look at that thing. So cute. But the reason why is because actually what we're supposed to do is bake bread. Like if you were in Ireland, you'd be making soda bread or Lammas bread, because they actually have a Lammas bread. You would be, same, I think India also does the bread thing right now. So at any rate, there are different, even different religious groups like recognize this kind of holiday or time to be grateful. So this is their interpretation of Lammas bread, which sounds yummy. Also, this is apple cinnamon, and apples are like coming into fruition right now. So it's all that harvest stuff. That's what you want to think of. It's like the things you harvest. But you can change that. Like back then we harvest like this. Like we would gather apples and we would create breads and we would make things and we would dry fruit and this and that. Okay, nowadays we harvest differently. In order for us to buy that stuff, we harvest with work and businesses, and that's the fruits of our labor. So magically, you want to use both. So you can use it however you want. You can use it to anything in this box, to thank the earth and be grateful and whatnot of the fruits of your own labor or of what the earth gives you. So there's really two ways to kind of play with the Lammas stuff. Actually, I should be using their proper name. It's Lunasa. Lunasa. But I really don't. Lammas makes more sense to me. I'm sorry. It's just me. It can be anything to you. Anyway, so this is cool. I know that Lunasa or Lammas is the end of July, beginning of August. So I think we have a little bit of time yet. Okay, so that's that. Next, we have this amazing candle. Now, this candle is very specifically, the colors are specific to this Sabbat, but also the way it's set up is to catch. Like they have little ridges and whatnot in it that'll catch. Now, the reason why I even tell you that is for the next thing that I just think is fabulous. And this is from the Voodoo store, which is going to be something like my Etsy store, but not quite. But anyway, mine's going to have like Grisker's bags and all that stuff. But anyway, but this is powder, and this is candle fixing powder. Now, when you fix something magically, it means you attach, like you're affixing, more than just fixing. You're not making things fixed that are broken. You are affixing onto things. So what you would do with this candle is some of the oils that I make, and I think I've had tutorials where I've made oils, I've made vinegars that were like different things. Anyway, you would first rub the oil onto your candle. Okay, you would anoint the candle, and then this would fix what you want. And this one is prosperity, which I just think is amazingly perfect for what we're doing here. And I'm happy with my stuff. So far, so good. Now, this crazy thing is a corn husk doll. See the doll? Now, what I read about it from the box is a little different from what I know about it, but I'm sure different people used it different ways. The way I know about this is you created the doll, and then after you created it, you held on to it for a year. And you have to make this, supposedly you're supposed to make this out of your first harvest of corn, like the first husk. After you're done doing that, you're supposed to keep this safe for a year, or hang it in your kitchen, almost like, what did they have before? The kitchen witches? You can hang this in your kitchen, and it's supposed to be a bit of a protection. It depends on which way you go. If you go voodoo, it's protection, this, that, mother. It kind of is the egg, the beginning. But if you do it, I think, pagan-wise, you keep it and you do some sort of ritual with it beginning the next harvest. If you're doing it voodoo-wise, you keep it and you bury it underneath your first harvest of the next year. So it's kind of like giving it power from the year before. But I'm going to read how you can use this otherwise. I've had this before, these, not the making kit, the doll making kit. This is like the raw material to make the doll. I've had the doll, and I've used it magically, but not the same way they're talking about here. But I'm interested to find out what else I can do with this. So, I will absolutely make it in a video, and when I do, I'll let you know how I'm going to use it. I'm excited to try this. This is a really good box this time, I gotta say. Okay, next is white sage. Now, if you watch my videos, you saw the sage I made the last time. Oh, I was using this. And by the way, guys, it's botanical time. This is the time where you go out and get all the flowers you can find. And you want to write down on a paper bag which flower it is, because once they dry, it'll be harder to recognize them, especially if you're getting wildflowers. Find out which ones they are. Look up what the inclination of that flower, that botanical is, and dry it. Throw it in a clean paper bag. Roll the paper bag down. The air will be able to get through and dry it, and you won't lose anything. You get your mortar and pestle out, and you grind them with other things to create all kinds of cool stuff. Okay. Oh, and by the way, you know what you can do with this? If you move into a new house or you start a new job, anything like that, take a little of this and burn it into the four corners of the room, into all the windows and the doorways. It banishes any negativity or evil spirits or anything like that. It's a good thing to also get rid of evil. It's great to burn in a new home. So every time I would move, I would do that. It's the first thing I did. The next thing I got in the box was amber incense. Now, this stuff I will use forever. Oh my God. This heaven. Oh my gosh. I'm burning this tonight. I'm doing something tonight. I've got the fever. This is delicious. This I'm going to use tonight. I'll do a little spell work with this. Amber has a lot to do with fire, just so you know. So it's a very fiery kind of thing. So any fire spells you're using, you should probably throw a little of this in. Okay. Next, we have the book. And this is by the Llewellyn. Is that her name? Yeah, Llewellyn. And this is Sabbat Essentials. And we get one of these with every one of these Sabbats. And it's a great little book. Like, I really haven't read the last one all the way, but I read the Beltane one. And I knew a lot about Beltane, but I know a lot more now. But also, it gives you spells. It gives you, like, rites and rituals. It tells you about festivals and workshops and things you could do, like just activities that surround this. It gives you a very high definition of what's going on. Gives you all kinds of magical little cool stuff. And it tells you where it's from too, like all the different places. And the other thing is, I don't know who they're getting to do their illustrations, but God, I love all the pictures. They're like a lot of pen and ink work, and they're really good. There's one in the front of this one that I was looking at the other day. Where is it? There it is. Oh, I love that. Can you see it? That's so amazing. It almost kind of remotely looks like H.R. Geiger. But then mix in with, it's a much more feminine looking H.R. Geiger. I mean, it's not scary. It's just really, really neat. And yeah, so here you go. And on the front of it is the corn, because this is a time where you're pulling corn. And it's bread, because this would be when villages would be baking bread. And it's apples, because this would be when people are pulling apples. So, and I do a lot of gardening, because nothing feels better to me than running my hand through soil. Like, and I do it all by hand, and I love it. And I love Mother Earth, and that's what this is about. That's what Luna Sa is about. That's what Lammas is about. But Lammas is actually, I think, more about, like, feeding the village and that kind of thing. Like the feast. So, anyway, have fun with this. Have, you know, bake bread. Try baking a loaf of bread. And while you're baking that bread, bake it for people you love. Make sure you bake it for people you want to take care of. And while you're baking that bread, remember where the grain comes from. Where the grain comes from. Because somebody had to harvest this. And a long time ago, they used sickles. Not big pieces of machinery. And I just think bread tastes better from your own hands, you know. And whether you're kneading the earth or kneading the dough, like, it's all about, like, that physical connection to Mother Nature. And what else do we really have? If they took it all away, that's all we would have. All right, guys. I love you guys. Go get your Sabbat box. It's worth it. It's so worth it. I've enjoyed this so much more than any other boxing we got. All right. And, oh, and they're also really cool people, because they keep writing me. Every time I say something, it's so crazy. Every time I say something about something witchcrafty or that I used or did, they'll put a little thing, oh, thanks for mentioning us. And say, who does it? Ipsy doesn't write me. Birchbox doesn't write me. Like, that's cool as shit. I'm sorry. That makes me feel, like, so special. Like, thank you guys for liking me and loving me, because I'm like you. Like, that's how I feel. Cool company. Cool people. And you can buy all this stuff separate if you didn't want the box. But the box actually saves you money. So you might as well just get the box. And yeah, so when I do some spell work with this, I will post that it's from this box, the Luna Sa box, the Lammas box, and that way you'll know what I do with it. Okay, anyway, if you'd like to follow me down the rabbit hole that is my crazy friggin' life, hit the button down below and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you like these kind of videos, a thumbs down if you don't. Either way, I got you watching. But manifest something good in your life. If you know it, believe it, say it out loud. Think it's already real. You can have it. I swear you can have whatever you want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want in the universe. It's amazing. It's amazing. I've gotten so much in my life that I wanted. I am so grateful to everything I've gotten. And I want everybody to understand that and unlock the door. Get rid of negativity and be happy. So manifest something really good in your life. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.